Hello and welcome back to Energy Warden. Today I was going to go out into the countryside and talk about solar energy, but it's chucking it down. Quite ironic really, isn't it? In today's video we're going to discuss whether solar energy is a renewable or non-renewable source. Not only will we answer this, but we will give you a list of non-renewable and renewable sources. We shall also discuss the future of solar energy and much more. This video coming up, I've had it made for you. So let's get started. Enjoy!
The quick and simple answer to the question, is solar energy renewable or non-renewable, is yes, it is a renewable source of energy. But why? Well, scientists believe that the sun has another 5 billion years of energy left in it for us to harvest. On a human timescale, we would receive a constant source of energy, therefore making it a renewable source of energy. Using solar panels to harvest the sun's energy is also a clean process as it emits no pollutants of greenhouse gases, which is excellent for the environment too. Why is solar energy renewable? Comparing solar energy to fossil fuels such as coal and natural gas that we have to mine for, we quickly see that fossil fuels are classed as finite, meaning that once we have exhausted their supply we can never replace them and we will eventually run out of them one day, thus making fossil fuels non-renewable sources of energy. Every day the sun will rise and Earth will be flooded by the sun's rays for us to harvest, generating hot water and electricity daily, no matter the strength of the sun in regards to the seasons or adverse weather. A list of 6 renewable energy sources: solar energy, biomass energy, wind energy, tidal energy, hydro energy, geothermal energy. A list of non-renewable energy resources. Non-renewable energy resources are carbon-based fossil fuels such as the ones listed below: coal, natural gas, oil, nuclear energy. What is the importance of solar energy? The importance of solar energy to us is that of it being an important renewable energy resource, permitting us to generate electricity and heat water on a daily basis for free, and that's only mentioning 2 uses of this limitless solar supply. Yes, of course we have to pay for the initial manufacturing of solar panels, but once installed they burn no fuel, which is great for the environment. One other importance of solar energy is that it becomes a low maintenance and low cost source of energy. Solar energy, being a clean and safe source of energy, not only combats climate change by reducing carbon dioxide levels but lessens the risk of health hazards as there are no pollutants to breathe in. A basic standard for many PV system is that solar panels will last at least 25 years. Stop and think about the effect this will have on the environment during that time span and then scale it up if more solar panels were deployed in your city, thus making solar energy a cheap and reliable energy source. So what will happen once solar panels reach the end of their efficiency? Well, we can simply recycle them by extracting the elements that go to construct them, such as copper, glass and aluminium. These elements can then be used to make new or refurbished solar panels instead of ending up in landfill sites, etc. The importance of solar energy to provide electricity or hot water for small isolated villages to large towns could be solved by utilizing land that cannot be farmed, such as deserts, land unsuitable for growing crops, or inhospitable terrain such as steep hillsides. This may prevent the destruction of habitats where animals live and bred, or the destruction of forests, the lungs of the world. As we become more informed about the benefits of solar energy, more and more people around the world are starting to install solar panels on their properties, and companies are developing products and services related to solar power. This in turn creates more job opportunities as demand increases. Once you have solar panels installed at home, you then become financially free of rising energy bills that seem to increase annually. When you produce your own electricity and become independent of utility companies, you lessen the chances of blackouts when the utility company fails to supply you with electricity for numerous reasons, such as down cables. If you're producing your own power, you will not be affected by this. You simply carry on. You may even have a surplus amount of energy stored in batteries at home, which you can then sell back to the utility company. Wouldn't that be nice? Will solar energy be used more in the future? Solar power is a choice, a great one. However, there are places where wind turbines will be a much preferable alternative over solar power. Why? You can make your decisions on this: shady spots against blustery spots. But solar energy is produced from the ultraviolet rays, which reach solar panels even on a cloudy day. Thus, my decision is, solar power energy not exclusively will profit in the future, it will be an important innovation for financial advancement in numerous nations. It's something exceptionally simple to do at home or any place else. To start with this, you can get a manual, do it without anyone else's help, and start accepting the advantages of these green innovations. All the information has shown that solar energy will be used more in the future on large scales. Some advantages of solar energy. There are numerous advantages of solar energy, yet what is the best? That is somewhat emotional, in this way, because of that. Here's one essayist's interpretation of what the best advantage of solar energy is. I have a whole article named Updated Solar Energy Advantages and Disadvantages, which is an interesting read. Free, abundant, and renewable. What number of energy sources would you be able to portray as free, plenteous and sustainable? The appropriate response is 1. Solar energy. What's more, in that untruths presumably the best advantage of solar energy, the way that there is such a large amount of it and that it contacts us at no expense to us. And that it's there for us every single day, 365 days per year. It is difficult to envision a more noteworthy preferred position. The sun's energy contacts us in the types of light and warmth, and we all can exploit that energy for nothing consistently. Indeed, in all honesty, you most likely as of now are exploiting it, although you may not understand it. Without a doubt, I'd know whether I was using solar energy. Wouldn't I have solar power boards on my rooftop? Remember that we said solar energy was free and plenteous? However, that is actually what you're getting each day when you open your window hangings and let the daylight and warmth in to supply you with free light and warmth. This is an idea known as inactive solar energy. And if you have materials in your home that can hold heat, for example, solid floors and dividers, these materials will retain heat, keeping your home cool throughout the late spring, and discharge the warmth as the temperature in your home cools, keeping you warm around evening time. Protecting the environment. The next is the most well-known ecological advantage of solar energy. There is no mystery in the way that overexploitation of the Earth's non-sustainable assets will lead to their lack of greater expenses and outrageous contamination. We can't depend on non-renewable energy sources to make energy, since this asset will in the end vanish. What's more, proceeding to consume petroleum derivatives will prompt significantly more contamination than today, and this will influence the atmosphere and individuals' well-being. Going to a perfect, protected, sound and inexhaustible source of energy gets basic. No pollution. Solar isn't just free and plenteous, it's additionally contamination-free. The warmth and light we get from the sun is delivered because of the regular procedures of the sun and creates no toxins or carbon outflows. Photovoltaic power is created by solar boards employing a procedure known as the photovoltaic impact, which produces DC, direct current, power from the response of daylight on materials, for example, selenium and silicon. The procedure uses no fuel to start it, so no carbon outflows are engaged with the age of the power and no carbon emanations or poisons are delivered because of the procedure. Power provided by the service organizations is predominantly produced utilizing petroleum products, which results in a lot of carbon discharges and contamination, all of which contributes legitimately to the developing marvel known as a dangerous atmospheric deviation, which is representing a genuine risk not exclusively to the Earth yet in addition to huge numbers of the life forms whose presence is being undermined by the fast changes occurring in nature. Get your electricity free. If you somehow happen to put resources into a solar electric framework, you would not exclusively be helping the Earth by decreasing your dependence on your utility and therefore diminishing the utilization of non-renewable energy sources and the resultant measure of carbon emanations, yet you'd likewise be lessening your power bill, or maybe, in the end, dispensing with it. The greater power created by your solar electric framework, the less power you'll require from your utility and the lower your power bill will be.
I hope you found that interesting and informative. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Not only will you be helping me, but you'll also be doing your good deed for today. If you'd like to know more about renewable energy, please visit my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now let's have a look at another video. I'd personally choose the top one. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.